So, this one is I am just going to go over what my meal plans will be and what I should be doing. So, I have my little book here, and so I'm going to just share what I'm going to be doing. Since I'm Hashimoto's hypothyroid, I'm actually working with a nurse practitioner that's really great, and she's trying to get my levels organized. We'll go into that a little bit later. As I'm learning to understand it, I'll share it with you. So if you do struggle with hypothyroid or Hashimoto's, maybe it'll give you some tips and pointers how to ask your doctors for help or advice. So first off, in the morning, I take straight T3 where we're trying to empty the floodgates of some reserved T3 that I have to clear out my reverse T3. My doctor likes it below 10. You're less likely to have miscarriages and have brain fog and a lot of other ailments of the symptoms of hypothyroid if that level and all of the levels are in check. All of mine were great except my reverse T3. Anyways, so I take T3 in the morning, and then I also take it in the afternoon. I was taking it at night, but it was just keeping me a little bit more awake. So for breakfast, I use a shake mix, which you call a packet. It's pretty much quote unquote packet. A lot of other people use, protein shakes, protein chips, protein bars and cookies and just all sorts of different things that I haven't even dipped into. But so for breakfast, it's a shake, my vitamins, and then also to just, feel full and kind of get me back to the next meal. I drink just some hot herbal tea. I like the fruit stuff because then I don't feel inclined to put sugar in it or anything like that, and I'm trying to stay away from all of that because this is where you want to be in a state of I forget the word, but it's ketosis, but it's depending on your own body fat, not providing the fat. So it's different than the keto diet that everybody's doing right now. Snack, just raw veggies until lunch. Lunch is another shake, 2 cups of select veggies, which I'll list in just a moment. And then if I'm still hungry, I can do unlimited raw veggies that are on the specific list. Dinner is 8 ounces of meat. This is a lean meat where you can keep the variety, keep several different types in each meal, whatever you want. I've actually found that I'm much happier if I separate that 8 ounces throughout the day rather than just one big meal. Then also, of course, 2 cups of select veggies, more of my vitamins, and then unlimited raw veggies for more for dinner or throughout the night. Like tonight, we went to the movies and don't tell, but I snuck in some veggie snacks, and then I also snuck in some no nitrate organic deli meat. So it was just like my little treat that I thought would be yummy and not be tempted to even taste Jace's stuff that he bought. And then after the movie, I had another shake, so a third shake, quote unquote packet that Ideal Protein calls it. And I didn't have any raw veggies. I kind of just forced myself to drink the packet because I know that I needed that nutrition. And I'll probably make it where in the morning I will kind of plan ahead my times because I wake up pretty early. I'm trying to go to bed early, but I'm staying up later, hopefully just to balance everything out. Also, you're allowed 2 teaspoons of oil a day. With Ideal Protein, they say to only do olive oil and grapeseed oil. The last time I did it, I only used olive oil, but I've learned since then, and you can correct me or tell me what you know or whatever it is, but I understand that olive oil shouldn't be really sauteed, it shouldn't be baked, it's a topping. It's not a cooking oil. Grapeseed oil, I've never looked into it. I have avocado oil, I have coconut oil, I'm very happy with those, and I personally don't see a problem using them. Ideal Protein Coach would say, no, 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 you're doing it wrong. So just keep that very different, that I'm adjusting a few different tweaks, and I'm happy with those tweaks for what I'm trying to accomplish. Also with that is that they want you to have at least a fourth teaspoon of real salt or sea salt. You know, you are limiting yourself so many carbs and so many fruits and, several vegetables that you're limiting yourself, that you do just need those extra minerals just to kind of sustain. I don't know the science behind it and all the reasons behind it. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to tell you how to do this. I'm not a coach. I'm just telling you about my experience. So just really quick, just to kind of wrap up the video, I'll just list the unlimited raw veggies. There are more unlimited raw veggies, but I am actually cutting out anything that is not that is a nightshade. So I'm limiting my vegetables just a little bit more, but I still have a lot to choose from. So arugula, bulb lettuce, Boston lettuce, celery, chicory lettuce, cucumber, endive, red and green lettuce, iceberg lettuce, okra, radicchio, radish, romaine lettuce, and spinach. And then and unlimited means that it has to be raw, and you can have literally as much as you want. Now select veggies, you have them for 2 times 2 cups each. And these can be raw or cooked, just depends on what your preference is. And that's asparagus, cabbage, broccoli, celery, chayote, I don't know how to say it, cucumbers, dill pickles, fennel, jicama, kale, okra, radish, rhubarb, sauerkraut, spinach, turnip, zucchini, yellow summer squash. So you notice that some of those things were on the other list, but they were raw, so they're unlimited if they're raw, but if they're cooked, they have to go towards your 2 cups for one of your meals. Also, broccoli, fennel, and kale, those are on the suggested maximum half cup servings to be AIP protocol safe. So if you have an autoimmune syndrome and you're trying to do, go along those lines of autoimmune protocol, then you want to avoid those altogether or just limit them drastically. With that too, is there's occasional vegetables that you can max have 4 cups a week, which is, I think, is pretty liberal. I used to eat tomatoes on this plan, very few and far between. Actually, no, I didn't. Last time I did it, I had no tomatoes and no snow peas. Those were all new. And so if you look at the list, those will actually be on there, but they're a nightshade. So I'm avoiding that. What I can do is occasional is rutabaga and green beans. And I've seen a lot of people, they use the rutabaga for like fries and stuff like that, if they're craving that type of thing. So those are kind of the guidelines that you want to stay towards. 3 packets, so 3 protein shakes a day. I'm sorry, I keep looking at myself. 3 packets a day, and then of course breakfast, lunch, dinner, a snack, and I will probably add another snack in between there and kind of minus them from the other meals, just so I can feel a little bit more satiated. I think that's the word that people use. So we'll just see how it goes. I hope I'm even more successful than last time. And I am on a shake that does have soy and does have dairy. But as soon as I finish those, I only just have 4 left, not 4 shakes, but 4 packages that have 28 servings in them. As soon as I'm done with those, then I'm going to find one that is organic, soy-free, dairy-free, gluten-free, and soy, dairy, gluten, yeah, all of them, all of those crummy little things. And then also we do not do aspartame. So no Diet Coke, no, Crystal Light with aspartame, no, none of that stuff. This is where you want to eat a whole food that is clean, good, wholesome food. A lot of people say that the ingredients don't count. Idle Protein promotes that it doesn't matter what the ingredients say with that, but I want to be as clean as possible to make sure that I do sustain a very healthy body type throughout all of this. And then as soon as I'm done with this, there is two different phases. This is phase 1. Phase 2, you incorporate a few different things. Phase 3, incorporate a few more things. And then phase 4 is maintenance for, the rest of your life. So you're able to eat and add a lot more things to it. But I'm going to go to paleo once I maintain. And, I probably will incorporate some nightshades. I'm not sure. But with autoimmune and everything, paleo is definitely the way to go. A lot of people stick out AIP for years and years, but I am not sure how to do that because I tried to do that earlier this year and I got anxiety. And I'm usually not anxiety ridden, and that was pretty scary. So there it is, just in short. And I hope that you enjoy hearing about my journey, and this is literally for me, so I can go back and learn how it is, how it was, and how I can better myself even more.